Ragatha costume to see the Amazing Digital Circus in theaters on my birthday. Sorry, I'm a little bit excited. When I heard that I was going to be going to the theaters on my birthday, I was like, okay, I'm going to make a cosplay, and I know exactly which character I'm going to cosplay as, because when I was in 4th grade, I dressed up as Sally from The Nightmare Before Christmas, and the costume came with a red yarn wig, which I never actually ended up wearing because Sally's hair from The Nightmare Before Christmas is not red, and you can't tell me otherwise. But that meant that I had this brand new wig just sitting in our Halloween boxes, so I took it out, put it on, realized that I really needed to cut it, so I cut it. It looks like this now, except when I put it on my head, I realized that it would easily get bald spots because the yarn was only attached to the top part of the cap, so I decided to hot glue the wig, which is kind of a mess. We're not going to talk about the back. So me and my brother went to 12 different stores looking for a dress, and we found some things that could kind of work, but nothing that was good enough. Scratch that. Right after I recorded this, we went to 2 more thrift stores and were able to find this dress at a Savers. But I still have a lot of DIYing to do, especially since my brother's gonna be cosplaying Kinger. So tell me if you want a part 2. I'm gonna have to be doing a lot of sewing in that. Also, one of my friends who's going to the theater with us is going to be cosplaying Kane. But yeah, we're gonna have so much fun at the theater. I'm so excited. Bye! Welcome to part 2 of making a Ragatha cosplay to see the Amazing Digital Circus in theaters on my birthday. Now, I knew I would have to be doing a lot of sewing for my cosplay, and I do have a sewing machine, but I love myself so much, so I decided to hand stitch every single one of these patches onto the dress. So I put on a 6-year-old honey cast and listened to that while I hand stitched like 15 individual patches onto my dress. And it looks really good, like I made the right decision hand sewing it, but man, that took forever. And then I checked my YouTube channel because, oh man, you guys made that video blow up, like what the heck? And then I knew I had to make a bow. So I took out my fabric and finally took out my sewing machine and started sewing away, and then I realized that I screwed up really badly and had to unpick stuff because I'm really bad at sewing. But I managed to make a bow, yippee! Then I went and ironed some more patches out to sew onto the bow. So this whole video is just me crashing out over sewing patches. I want to try to add a collar to the dress and some white sleeves like what Ragatha has on her dress. So I'll probably end up making a part 3 since you guys freaking blew up that last video. Thank you so much! Before that video blew up, I was working on this drawing of my OC's dressed as Has Been Hotel characters, so more cosplaying, I guess. But I finished that yesterday too, so I thought I would share that. Also, I still have to make my brother's Kinger cosplay, so stick around for that, I guess. Thank you for watching! Welcome to day 3 of making a Ragatha costume to see the Amazing Digital Circus in theaters on my birthday. Today, I am making a collar for my dress. So, while I show footage of that, I just want to say, I will not be giving out any spoilers to episode 9 on my channel. Besides, there's not really a need to. This is mostly a storytime animation channel. This is just something I'm doing for fun on the side, but you guys seem to be really liking it. So even though this is probably like one of the last parts to the series, I still have to sew my brother's Kinger cosplay, so that'll be coming soon. Also, I'm debating on accessories. So I had this idea to make a pearl necklace like the one Ragatha has in episode 5, but then also I have this necklace with a unicorn on it, and I thought of Ragatha and her horses, so I wrote a little message inside of the locket. But now I'm not sure what to do, because I'm not sure if the pearl necklace fits the vibe. Like, I think it was a good idea, but I don't think it fits fits the vibe of the cosplay. And I'm not sure what you guys think about the unicorn necklace, so just tell me in the comments, should I wear like both necklaces, one necklace, no necklace? What do you think? But yeah, here's my basically finished Ragatha cosplay. I do want to show you guys how it looks like without the mask, but age reveal, I guess. I won't be considered a legal adult until my next birthday, so I'll probably post some content on my birthday when I'm going to the theaters in this cosplay without the mask, because then I will be an adult. Yay! I've also had a lot of people tell me that I sound like Ragatha, which I don't really hear, but it's made me want to try to get good at a Ragatha impression, so I'll probably post a video of me doing a Ragatha impression tomorrow. But until then, I have so much storytime animation content on my channel, so if you want to see some silly stories about my life, then check that out, I guess. Come with me to make a Kinger cosplay for my little brother to see the Amazing Digital Circus in theaters. And if you guys thought that me making my Ragatha cosplay was chaotic, then you were not prepared for the absolute chaos that happened while I was making my brother's Kinger cosplay, because everything seemed to go wrong. The problem was, my sewing machine does not do well with thick fabric. So after breaking 2 needles, I proceeded to hand sew the rest of the cosplay. You can't tell I'm not an experienced cosplayer, because then I decided to make the mistake of going back to my sewing machine because I was getting so impatient with hand sewing. Here I am just trying to get a nice little shot of me sewing. Nope. I cannot get a nice shot of me sewing without my needle breaking. What do you guys think I should name my sewing machine? Because right now a lot of things are coming to mind and none of them are good. But I did end up finishing that Kinger cosplay after what was way too long. I found a golden butterfly in my room and it was just so perfect that I wanted to make like a little pin for his cosplay. So I put it in his room and now it's just gone. His room is a vortex, I swear. So wish me luck in finding that. Also, this is kind of off subject, but I think the consensus with my necklaces was for me to wear both. I think there were more comments leaning towards just the pearl necklace, but then I saw one commenter, I lost your comment comment, I'm so sorry, but this one commenter said I should put a hot dog inside of the unicorn locket. I hate saying this phrase, but if you know, you know. And I'm not gonna give any more explanation as to why, because I am watching through the series with the rest of my family, and we just barely finished episode 5 yesterday, so they don't know anything past episode 5, so keep spoilers out of the comments, please. They read through my comments. But anyway, I talked to my friend who's gonna be cosplaying Kane, and my brother who's gonna be cosplaying Kinger, and they both agreed that they would be okay to film some videos maybe on my birthday at the theater, so stay tuned for that. My birthday is June 4th. No spoilers for episode 9, I promise. And next Wednesday, I already filmed a Gangle impression video, so that'll be coming out. Every Wednesday, I'm going to be doing a series where I try different impressions of different characters because you guys keep on telling me I sound like a bunch of different characters. So the next impression that I'm going to attempt is Gangle, so stay tuned for that this Wednesday. Also, I just wanted to say, if you're planning on making a cosplay, it does not have to be expensive. In total, my Ragatha cosplay and my brother's Kinger cosplay only costed us $37. But anyway, I hope you have a great day, and bye!